Now it's time to go back in time.
Parker Messick takes the field for his major league debut. Got him looking. His first big league strikeout. Dad's fired up. Family section erupts.
We just went back in time.
The best interview in baseball is presented by Corona. We now welcome to Intentional Talk Guardians pitcher Parker Messick. Parker, we just saw it right there. How special was it to pick up the first of many strikeouts in front of such a large group of your family and friends? They were your cheering section.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. That day was special in itself. I mean, everyone, loves their debut, but it was so much fun to get that first strikeout, and you see how the family reacts, and they're always going to be my biggest supporters. But I kept making a little joke. I kind of got the first walk, the first hit, the first run, and the first strikeout all in my first major league inning. So I got it all out of the way. So it's just baseball after that.
Hey Parker, you grew up in Ocala, correct, or Plant City?
No, Plant City, right outside of Tampa.
Plant City, yeah. And
Yep.
like, was it always a dream to go to Florida State and play there, like as a kid? Because like they had that renowned sports program, All Sports. So was it always a dream for you to go there?
Actually, it wasn't. I grew up kind of a Gator fan, and once you go through that whole recruiting process, it's a shocking story, but you kind of go through that whole recruiting process, and Florida State kind of gave me the recognition that no other school had given me yet, and they believed in me first, and I didn't want to let that early recognition go to waste, and once they offered me, everyone else kind of followed in line, and I was like, they kind of saw me first. They were the first big school to give me an opportunity, and I went up there for my visit, and when they gave me the offer, and I fell in love with the place. All the people there, the war chant going on at the first football game I went to, it was all so awesome. So I think I committed. I got a bunch of offers and phone calls that entire 4-hour drive home, and I called Mike Martin Jr. probably 3 hours into that car ride on the way home and told him I want to be a Seminole.
Oh, that's so
Dude,
awesome.
that's so cool. I got two questions. One was the big dumper on that recruiting trip. Two, who's got hotter chicks? I mean, hotter girls, Florida or Florida State? Because there's a rumor.
Well,
I went to Lamar in Beaumont, Texas, and we have pretty girls too. But I want to know, is it the Gators or is it Florida State? And I know you have a girlfriend and all that stuff.
This is tough for me to say because my girlfriend actually goes to Florida or just recently graduated from Florida. So I feel like I have to say Florida.
Yeah, you know what you have to say. Yes.
I still love Florida State though. Go Noles! I'd be in trouble if I didn't say Florida.
Yeah, of course.
What about
She's
Big
stunning.
Dumper? Was he on the recruiting trip? Because you missed him by a year at Florida State.
They may have been there, but I didn't actually see very much of the baseball side because it was in the fall, so there wasn't really much going on. I ended up going like later that spring, and they were there with like J.C. Flowers and a lot of C.J. Van Eyck, a lot of those guys that were on that team, and I think that's when I got to see for the first time early that spring.
Now, Parker, you're also a big Bucks fan, from what I've seen.
I am.
Do you play fantasy football? If so, what is your team name?
I do. I actually haven't created a team name yet, so I'm open to suggestions. I kind of left it blank until I've drafted 2 of my 3 teams. Yes.
2 of your 3. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Are you
I run
happy
3
with your
teams.
draft so far?
I am. I got my first A on the ESPN when they send you the grade back of your team. I got my first A, so I'm feeling pretty good about it this year. You never know how that goes, though.
Wait a minute. So last year, we have this league here that we do with all the buddies like everybody has, and I got a D- on my grade. And I, by the way, I did auto draft last year. I'm like, golly, dude, D-. But
There you go.
But I had Josh Allen. And by the way, I won last year. It's my first time winning fantasy football with a D-. Josh Allen took me to the promised land. Who was your first pick or your highest, your draft pick out of both your teams? What guy did you get?
I think both the way it fell in the league that I care the most about, I went Jahmyr Gibbs, but in that same league, I did end up getting Josh Allen because I lost too many games to him scoring 45 points on me last year.
Yes.
So I had to take him earlier than I would normally take a quarterback.
That's awesome.
Played. I took him number 1 overall today. I had the first number 1 pick, so I know exactly. Yeah, I went for it. And I got a C in my draft, and everybody's making fun of me, but they don't give out awards for what your draft grade is. So
No doubt.
congratulations,
No doubt.
though, on your very first day. I appreciate
thank
hard work
Thank you
like
very
that.
much.
Hey, away from football for a sec, one thing that I love, because I grew up on the Pacific Ocean, fishing, but you love to fish. And I'm curious, do you have a bucket list fishing trip you want to do?
There's a bunch
Sorry
of places.
about those guys.
Yeah, that's my freshwater experience. That comes from my buddies. It's kind of like a professional fisherman. So anytime we go out freshwater, we always catch some good stuff. But my dad also used to fish in professional redfish tournaments before I started playing baseball when I was a little kid. So
redfish.
I've just grown up on the water,
awesome.
and I want to go up to like that Louisiana, like the saltwater like grass flats, and catch those huge redfish. My dad went up when he was younger and he loved it, so that's probably my dream. But you can't beat fishing in Florida. You can just catch everything anywhere, so it's always fun doing that.
Parker, it's time for a Corona vibe check. Who is your vibes guy that helps get you in the right mindset before a game?
My entire family, everyone always reaches out. One of my best friends usually sends me a song most weeks. His name's Braxton. He always sends me some kind of song. It's normally old rock and roll, and he tries to get me going, and normally it does.
Well, Parker, in your first 2 career starts, you've pitched 13 2/3, 12 strikeouts, 1 earned run. You've had quite the start to your big league career. Congratulations. Keep it going. We're excited to see what you do.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.